I'm Michelle, and we're going to talk about how I and you can use mindfulness, compassion, and connection to find your inner calm and a little more sanity in your parenting. Hi, I'm Michelle, and I help parents who want to parent peacefully to foster strong relationships with their children and at times find it really hard. When my kids were small, I found myself so overwhelmed and burnt out. Not only did I struggle with responding peacefully or playfully, I got caught in an awful yelling pattern, followed by overwhelming shame because yelling was the last thing that I wanted to do. Now, let's talk about how I and you can use the science of mindfulness and self compassion to find your inner calm and a little more sanity in your parenting. Today's topic, depression. Whew. So, depression is something that I've experienced for a long time. Yeah, let's see. I think middle school probably is when I first remember feeling kind of severe depression. And since then, there's been like episodes in my life. And one of the things that I kind of just, one of the ways I would cope is the, you know, hopefulness about when I do this, when this happens, I'll be free. Finally, I'll be free of this depression. And so, of course, I've had that thought about kids. I didn't like consciously think it because had I consciously thought that, I probably would have thought, well, that doesn't seem really realistic. It was just kind of like a, hopefulness, right? When I have kids, I won't experience this depression anymore because I can't wait to have kids. I am so excited to have kids. I've always wanted to have kids. And when I have kids, I won't be depressed anymore. I just know it. And unfortunately, you can probably guess how it turned out. Yeah, I still experience depression as a parent, and probably one of the most difficult episodes with kids. So unfortunately, my hopefulness, it didn't work out that way. So I just want to talk today a little bit about parenting with depression. And one, I just want to say, whew, my heart goes out to you. If you are a parent that is experiencing depression, that experiences depression, I'm right there with you. You're not alone. It sucks. It is really freaking hard. It is not fun. I was on, which I rarely am on social media because I don't think it helps with my depression, generally speaking. But one time, randomly, I was on there and a parenting person posted about, the negative impact on depression. And one of the followers was like, hey, thanks a lot. Like, I already feel bad enough. And of course, I don't think that was that parenting person's intention to make anyone feel bad. It was more of like, I don't know, maybe hopefully like inspiration to like try to deal with your depression so that you can have a better relationship with your kids, which of course I think all of us with depression are trying to do. But in reality, when you experience depression, it's really normal to hear stuff like that. I think I said in a previous episode, when I love podcasts, like that's my favorite way to take in information. And at times when my depression was more severe, I could not listen to parenting podcasts because I would get so easily triggered by something that they would say and feel so hopeless to ever be able to make changes to achieve the kind of parenting that I saw them or was hearing them describe. I thought, gosh, I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to parent like that. And I'm not parenting like that right now. And it feels terrible. It feels terrible. So I guess, one, I just felt like to acknowledge that and just acknowledge that if you've ever experienced that, you're not alone. And the silver lining, I guess, is that it means, of course, that you care deeply about your kids and your relationship with your kids. And so you know that your depression is difficult and that it affects you and it affects all parts of your life, including your kids and your relationship with your kids. And that knowing is what makes it upsetting to hear that kind of stuff, right? It makes it, that knowing is why we get triggered easily, why those painful feelings come back. So I think that's helpful to remember, right? It's if we didn't care about our kids, if we didn't care about parenting, if we didn't care about how it went, we wouldn't get triggered. We wouldn't get upset by this stuff. We wouldn't even be listening to this kind of podcast, first of all. Like, of course, you care deeply. And yeah, I guess I want to just share with you some of the tips that I have used to help me with depression and parenting. Number one, getting support. And I'll share with you a few different kinds of support. Of course, therapy. I've done lots of different kinds of therapy with lots of different therapists. Another one, though, that's free is my family has some alcoholism in it. So that makes me a qualified member for Al Anon, which, if you've never heard of it, AA is Alcoholics Anonymous. That is for people who drink or use substances. And then Al Anon is for the family and friends. It's free. It's a free support group. And they're not all created equally. So find one that fits for you. And also, in those groups, they suggest that you get a sponsor. You can call someone your temporary sponsor. This is someone that you can call when you're stuck in the mud, when you're stuck in your head, when you're stuck. You can call them. Again, it's free and it's like in the moment you can reach out. In the moment you can reach out for that lifeline. You don't have to wait until some time when a group meets or when something meets. Like that to me is invaluable. So I was an Alateen, which is for teens and younger kids. And then as an adult, I did some Al-Anon. And another support group or support place to find support is in your parenting. So I sought out a parenting coach through Hand in Hand Parenting. They still have this, but it's a little bit different how it's set up. Finding a listening partner. So one, the parenting coach, they have like, I don't know, what do you call it, where they take money off them and they can make it more affordable. If that's a concern, they have groups, which I think are less expensive than the one-to-one. Also, the listening partner is someone who's just another parent who is someone that you can connect with, maybe based on like your kids both have ADHD or your kids are both the same age or you both can talk at the same time on the same day. And this is someone that you can talk with. And if you find someone that's a good fit, you can have a long-term relationship. I've had a listening partner for 6 years, which brings up some emotion because she really has been a lifeline. And life is hard enough and parenting is hard enough, and we need support, especially if we experience depression. So I highly recommend that kind of support. If you are a member of a church, sometimes they have support groups, parenting groups. I don't know, online, Google like parent support groups. There's so many ways to find support. I know for myself, I'm an extreme extrovert. So isolation is like my kryptonite. It's terrible. It's really, really bad for me. It's really, really bad. So of course, when you're depressed, you don't want to talk to people. You don't want to go places. You don't want to do things. But I've learned that I will just force myself. And when you're not depressed, if you set these things up, then you just kind of do what you've always been doing. You follow your routine. So then when you go through a lull, you still are doing those same things that help you through that lull or help you through that depressive episode. And also, You might tell whoever is your friend or your family or your support group or person, hey, I experience depression sometimes. And so I might just like fall off the map. And if I fell off the map, it would be helpful if you reached out to me or whatever it is that you need them to do. That can be helpful too. And I want to give you, so I just want to conclude by saying depression is difficult. It's difficult to be a parent and experience depression. It's difficult to feel like that calm and lightheartedness that we want to feel in our parenting when we're experiencing depression symptoms or an episode. And just know that you're not alone. You're not alone with those experiences. And I want to give you some play ideas because play is always a helpful way to yeah, it's helpful for us as parents. It's helpful for our mood. It's helpful for our stress levels. It's also helpful for us to connect and be in tune with our kids, and our kids love it. So this one came from my babysitter. So it's fun. I don't know where she got it, but it's like you know that like drawing on someone's back. Line, number 9, spiders crawling up your spine, zip, zap, electric shock. And I don't actually think I'm getting it right, so maybe you can Google it. But it doesn't really matter what you say. It's a rhyme. And you're like, crawling on your kiddo's back. And my kids love this. They laugh. It just like it's a little bit of physical affection and playfulness. That's why kids love it. And again, it helps our mood sometimes. It helps our spirits feel a little bit lighter. You can also draw on your kiddo's back. Maybe you draw a picture of an animal or a thing, and then they have to guess what are you drawing. Or you could write a message and they have to guess what you're writing. And sometimes your kiddo might want to draw on your back too, and they have you guess. So I find that as a helpful tool when you're kind of like low energy, you don't really feel like doing much. You just don't really feel like getting off the couch. Your kid comes, sits beside you. That's something that you can do. That's a little bit playful, lighthearted, a little bit of physical affection and play. So give it a shot, see what you think, share one with me. Maybe you have other things that you do that you like and your kids like. I'd love to hear those ideas. And before you go, I have a free gift for you. It is the guided audio pause and regroup. And this is for when you are about to lose it or you've just lost it with your kids and you need a moment. You just need a moment to regroup. And how it works is you're in that moment, you catch yourself, you put me in your ears, and I walk you through some steps to offload that fight or flight energy, and then to shift your thoughts and regroup so that you can return to your family and your kiddos and your parenting the way that you'd like to be. A reminder, this content is intended for educational purposes only and should not be used as a replacement for private psychotherapy services. Compassionate Heart Mindful Life does not provide psychotherapy services in any capacity. I am a therapist, but I'm not your therapist, and this is not therapy and should not be a substitute for mental health treatment. If you need mental health treatment, please find a qualified professional in your area. Thanks so much for listening. The light in me sees the light in you. Be well.